Welcome to the 12 Days of Podmas with Ginni Media. Listen in each day for festive, pod-popping, podcasting fun.
Hello, lovely pod poppers. Welcome to day 10 of the 12 Days of Podmas. Firstly, before we begin, let's set the mood. Burn that incense, light those candles, because today we're exploring the top lords in podcasting. That's right, I'm bringing you the game changers, the top earners, and some of the biggest voices in the podcasting industry. The first lord up is Dax Shepard, host of the Armchair Expert podcast. Now, the comedy podcast features conversations between himself and celebrities or subject experts, and it boasts a monthly average listenership of 20 million people. Next up, no surprise here, we have Joe Rogan himself. Host of the Joe Rogan Experience and the highest paid podcaster in the world. You guys remember that $100 million deal with Spotify, right? Well, how could we forget it? According to Forbes, Rogan's podcast has around 190 million downloads per month and 11 million listeners per episode. You did it, Joe!
We did it, Joe.
Moving on to the next lord in the lineup is none other than Dave Ramsey. Aptly named from the podcast, The Dave Ramsey Show. Now, Ramsey is old school and no stranger to the game. He's a veteran radio show host who brings his 13 million listeners financial management advice every week. Fourth on my list are three lords. Now, this gets a little bit confusing, I understand, so let me break it down to you. It's the comedians Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes, and their hugely popular show, Smartless. Smartless aims to bring listeners together through shared experiences, and it was recently bought by Amazon and Wondery for What? These numbers are making me choke. $80 million, people. Next up, we have hip-hop legend NORE and its DJ aficionado, DJ EFN. Hosts of the extremely popular show, Drink Champs. Self-dubbed the most professional, unprofessional podcast, Drink Champs is a boozy, fun celebration of hip-hop and its roots. The show has featured celebrity guests such as Dave Chappelle, DMX, and Isa Rae. Now, if you're into healing, happiness, and self-care, well, the guy named Jay Shetty will probably ring a bell for you. Shetty is the host of the podcast On Purpose with Jay Shetty. He's a former Hindu monk who uses his platform to have conversations centered around mental wellness and living with purpose. The podcast has over 300 million downloads and has seen Shetty interview big names like Kobe Bryant, Khloe Kardashian, and Jane Goodall. Okay, so now I've covered the hosts. Now to the top of the list, let's take a look at a man who's been killing the podcast game from behind the scenes. Ray Chow is a general manager of audio at Vox, and he's played important parts in major acquisitions and strategic partnerships whilst at the organization. So, there are my 10 podcasting lords for the 10th day of Podmas. Thank you, gentlemen, for bringing us quality podcasting content. I tip my imaginary hat off to you.
Need more holiday cheer in your podcasting? Tune in to all 12 days as we get ready for Christmas.